Hi there, this is Dr. Rob Sivis, the Carb Addiction Doc, back again with another podcast. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun. Maybe not so much, but we're going to talk about going sideways.
Radio PVS.
And yes, welcome back one and all to another episode of Sideways Soul here on Radio PBS and in the Yacht Rock Discord, broadcasting live on what is one dreary Sunday morning here in Melbourne town. Man, yesterday was so beautiful, it was so sunny, it was gorgeous. Today, it's a piece of shit. Just drizzling, but you know, it's alright, gotta stay indoors a bit more. Please excuse the voice, sounds like I'm talking through a curtain of snot right now. But woe is winter, huh? So again, welcome and thank you for joining us here on Sideways Soul, where we like to dig into a little bit of sort of instrumental business. We like to get down with soundtracks, with space jazz, and a lot of library assortments is one thing that we quite like around here. The idea of library music being sort of custom-made music, instrumental mostly, put together by session musicians in order for videos or movies or TV shows or radio programs to use that music in their theme songs. Kind of comes with a certain license to reproduce. Most of the time it's prolific songwriters getting in studios, writing a ton of tunes, little hooks, short hooks, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then a bunch of A-grade session musicians just pulling that shit off day in, day out. And I've got a bit of a fascination with that stuff. I love that. I love soundtrack music. I like instrumental music, all of that sort of business. And another thing that I like, those of you that know me will know, is of course yacht rock as a genre. Now, where these two worlds of mine collide is with one man, the Silver Fox himself, Mr. Shawn Lee. One of my peeps in the Discord will know about Shawn Lee from his work with Young Gun Silver Fox, of course, with Andy Platts. Just rewind a little bit, Shawn Lee, he's from the US, but he moved to London in like the 90s and he's been there ever since. So Young Gun Silver Fox, Andy Platts is from England, so they're kind of an English band really. But paying great homage to the sounds of the West Coast, of AM radio, of yacht rock, of that era, and doing it so well with not trying to recreate note for note that style, but putting their own kind of neo-soul twist on it and being very true to what that sound is. So when I heard that project originally a few years ago, I thought that's amazing because I remember probably in the, mid-2000s, hearing of this Shawn Lee guy through Shawn Lee's Ping Pong Orchestra. Oh God, sorry if it's cutting out left and right. There's something wrong with this desk. God, I'm going to run out of time, aren't I? So let's just get to the point, Matt. We've got Shawn Lee. He moved to England, but before that, he was hooked up with the Talkin' Loud label. Sorry, not before that, but Talkin' Loud was a label put together by Giles Peterson in early 90s, like 1990, I think, after he left the Acid Jazz label. And Shawn Lee went and did a lot of stuff with him, but then moved over to Ubiquity Recordings in, say, the early 2000s and put together a project for them that they were sort of asking. And the project was the Ubiquity Studio Sessions. So Shawn Lee, being the guy that he is, being the lover of library music, put together probably in total like 6 or 7 or 8 albums for this series, and we're going to dive into just 5 of those. Starting in 2004 through to 2007, he put together Music and Rhythm, Moods and Grooves, Strings and Things, Voices and Choices, and Hits the Hits. There was more after that, but we're just going to focus on that sort of side of things. So we're going to listen to Shawn Lee. Shawn Lee's output as a guy who loves library music, who thought he might do a bit of that himself, and came together with Shawn Lee's Ping Pong Orchestra. First album that we're going to check out is, what was it? What's that first one? It's Music and Rhythm. So we've got 4 tracks. I'm just going to let them play. And it's all instrumental. It's all sort of... I'm running out of steam in my voice, sorry. All instrumental, all soundtrack-like, all library-esque, all played by one man alone. It's Shawn Lee and his Ping Pong Orchestra. Let's kick things off with Sexy Beast.
Radio PVS.
That was 4 tracks from Shawn Lee's 2004 album Music and Rhythm. 20 plus tracks, all built for soundtracks, all built for that library, working on those groove kind of themes that the man's sort of known for around these parts.
It's a motorcycle helmet with a built-in brake light.
You are an ideas man, Steve.
And in 2005, he kept going with the Ubiquity studio sessions, this time releasing Moods and Grooves. This one very much, going back to those KPM library kind of sounds, and also a bit of David Axelrod in this. We'll leave you in 4 tracks from this one, Moods and Grooves, from Shawn Lee on that little special for this man here on Sideways Soul. 4 tracks there from Shawn Lee's Ping Pong Orchestra, the album Moods and Grooves from 2005. From the top, we heard P-Walk, Brighton Rock, Indian Summer, and this track, Praying Mantis. Now we're going to move ahead another year to 2006 with the third instalment in this here series. The album is Strings and Things from that Ubiquity Studio Sessions compilation.
Use the smooth, Kenny. You, Coco. I'm a rocker!
So getting a bit more on board with the strings, getting even deeper into Axelrod territory. First track that kicks this one off is Ballad de Mella, whatever that may mean. You're on Sideways Soul on Radio PBS and in the Yacht Rock Discord right now, listening through to a brief history of Shawn Lee's Ping Pong Orchestra project, one of among many that the man has completed over the years, and we're into his third album in the Studio Sessions saga.
stairs and going down the stairs and going up the stairs and going down the stairs and going up the sideways stairs.
That was 3 tracks from Shawn Lee's Strings and Things from 2006. Ballad, Demella, Power Surge, and the last one there was The Message, taking on a similar theme all throughout that one. Now moving on to the 4th release in the series, Voices and Choices, with a little more from The Voice this time. 3 tracks, all with vocalists. Kiss the Sky, the first one.
La tempête, je ne résisterai pas. Je ne m'appelle pas François Hardy. Je ne m'appelle pas François Hardy. Je suis maudit et je m'appelle la chenille. Je suis maudit et je m'appelle la chenille. Du fin fond de l'espace, c'est affreux notre univers. Il n'y a plus de capsule de secours. La nature nous crache, c'est notre tour. La paix de l'univers est à 10 années-lumière. C'est pire que la Marseillaise. Où est la force? Je te promets de te trouver perdu un jour, loin de nous. Je ne m'appelle pas François Indy. Je ne m'appelle pas François Indy. Je suis maudit et je m'appelle la chenille. Je suis maudit et je m'appelle la chenille. J'avais le temps d'écrire cette chanson, j'écrirais mes mémoires. Et puis je me souviendrai de ma vie avant London. Putain, je ne sais plus quoi dire, je suis perdu. C'est un moment difficile, où que tu sois. Je ne m'appelle pas François Indy. Je ne m'appelle pas François Indy. Je suis maudit et je m'appelle la chenille. Je suis maudit et je m'appelle la chenille.
Given my circumstances, I found myself in avalanche sands of time. Steadily filling my mind, moving's not an option. Memories past cloud my thoughts in search of a remedy. Mistakes become an enemy. I'm consumed by the fact I missed out by not giving my heart out, and grace became all I ever wanted by my side. Blessed by the company, daily depleting pride, and found a way to press on. Someone to fight for, but I made the mistake of retracting my attention, and all I wanted to say when I mentioned how the sands of time have left me dry. My oh my, I'm feeling so low, low, wondering how I'm letting her go, go, feeling so low, wondering how I'm letting her go, feeling so low. Looking at the hourglass, sands of time moving fast. Looking at the hourglass effect as it wrecks my past. Looking at the hourglass, sands of time moving fast. Looking at the hourglass, looking at the hourglass, feeling so low, low, letting her go, feeling so low, letting her go. Looking at the hourglass, looking at the hourglass, looking at the hourglass. I took a time out too. Reflect on myself, what could have been done to reverse this hand I've been dealt. Go against the grain in natural physics. Beat the system using infinite wisdom. With the mind of the creator who gave life, time, and space. I wish for the opportunity to change my current state. No flux capacitor or DeLorean to assist me. I turned the hourglass upside down and it whisked me through the clouds briskly. I passed times of despair, victory, and in between memories to reshape this effect that took place and changed my proximity. The remedy I hoped for was reflected in this second chance for true romance. How could it be? I don't know, we'll find out. That's why I took time to change my mind. I'm taking time and changing my mind, trying to find a way out, as I'm looking at the hourglass, sands of time moving fast. Looking at the hourglass effect now to change my past. Looking at the hourglass, sands of time moving fast. Looking at the hourglass effect now to change my past. Letting her go, no, feeling so low, low. Letting her go, no, feeling so low, no, not feeling so low, letting her go. Now, feeling so low. Back at point A, before fear and rejection, knowledge is my weapon. The future answered all my questions, so I'm back to change the outcome of this tale currently in progress. Now I'm confident with nothing to lose. I've already lost once, so now I'm fearless and improved by what I know, making steps toward recovery to grow. And so the story goes, so the story goes, so the story goes. I'm looking at the hourglass, which is now erased my past. Loss fails to exist, now I'm running fast to bring change, while I'm looking at the hourglass, which is now erased my past.
Man, me folks, I don't know, I just kind of rocked up here. I was like, what's going on here?
That was 3 tracks from Shawn Lee's Voices and Choices of 2007, Kiss the Sky, Francois Hardy with that shout out to Steve Gaddner, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover Groove, and the last track there, The Hourglass Effect, which moves us on now with 15 minutes to go on Sideways Soul, onto the final album that we're going to look at today, and the one that introduced me to Shawn Lee and his Ping Pong Orchestra project. It's called Hit the Hits, and it was basically an album full of this library type music, but of hits of the time. So see if you can pick them. I'm sure you can. We've got a few more in the bag on this, so let's kick it off with this one. And that's going to take us just about right up to the line now, peeps. Here on Sideways Soul, Radio PVS and the Yacht Rock Discord Live, doing a little deep dive into just a small fraction of Shawn Lee's catalogue. As I mentioned to the guys in there, prolific doesn't even begin to explain this guy. There's so much more to get, but I just wanted to touch on a bit of it. We'll leave you with one more from Shawn Lee and the Hits record, and we'll see you next week.